Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to Pokemon Gold. This is turn... what turn is this? This is turn 28. We are playing Cameron the Photographer, God of Cyanwood City. Let's jump into the turn. Holy shit! Okay, this isn't a surprise to me. I've already seen the turn. I've already done the turn things. Saffron City sent us a massive death basket. I am not personally a big fan of massive death baskets like this. I don't mind a little death basket, like a handful of gems that a person just didn't get around to alchemizing, whatever leftover gold they had, etc., that type of thing. Um, but a death basket this big, it just kind of feels meh, right? It feels like, oh, well, I mean, they're not something you could have done with, 200 plus gems, right? And I'm sure there is, but so here's the thing, right? Like, that's my opinion, right? I'm not a huge fan of death baskets, but I'm also not going to rag on people who do death baskets or who are a fan of death baskets, etc., right? There are a billion different ways to play the game. You play how you want to enjoy the game. I find it's relatively rare, probably, when a death basket decides the game, right? Like, this death basket for me is nice. That's cool. Especially the 145 astral pearls. But I can't even really use astral pearls right now. I will be able to in the future. So I will make good use of them. But it's not like this suddenly just tipped things in my favor. And I find that most death baskets also don't do that, right? But that being said, I'm not a huge fan. I know some people are not huge fans, but again, I'm not gonna rag on it. If you want to give a death basket out, right? If that's your death throws, rather than like trying to do whatever you can to maybe hurt your enemy, because maybe you're like, look, even if I tried, there's literally nothing I can do to hurt the guy who's beating me. So the best thing I can do to hurt him is to give what I have to someone who can hurt him. That's perfectly fine, right? It's if that's how you want to play, abso-fucking-lutely, more power to you. And if I'm gonna be the beneficiary of that, also more power to you, abso-fucking-lutely. So we also did get a messenger from Saffron City. The war versus Steelic Nation honestly felt pretty bad. There's literally nothing I could do, even with having been, in theory, pretty well prepared for a war, and yeet. OP Rock Snakes. I am thinking OP Rock Snakes might be a problem. But I mean, again, we're playing this to test out a mod. That's kind of the point, right? So this might be a very decisive, like, we've already discovered a whole bunch of things in the mods that need to be tweaked or balanced, etc., right? But this might be the deciding one where it's like, okay, well, rock snakes need a nerf. Rock snakes win everything. But we'll see, right? We've got some ideas. We're going to try out some things, and we'll see how it goes. But anyways, oh well, I tried. Here's a ton of pearls and some other stuff, lol. Just promise to share a tiny bit with anyone who might stand a chance helping to fight Steelix Gem. Well, if it's practical to anyway, / shrug. I absolutely will, right? Like, I'm not a hoarder, right? I'm already in conversations with Violet City to fight Olivine City. So if they're, I don't know, he's mostly air, so I'm not sure like the pearls or anything are really going to help him, but I'm absolutely already in the process of like, hey, do you need this? Hey, what about this? Trading ideas and trading information and trading coin and gem for a chance to make sure that people do better. Good luck, doomed brain melty people. I'm not sure what that is referring to, but thank you very much, Saffron City, for... I think Saffron City at this point is asking to go AI. Thank you very much, Saffron City, for playing. It was a pleasure. It's honestly nice to be able to converse with someone in a game like this, and them legit be like, look, man, I have zero interest in running, like, early wars with you. I kind of just want to cruise and play, like, just, like, tech up and see what the nation has to offer, that type of thing. And have that kind of, like, I don't even think we had a non-aggression pact. right? It was just like and of course a person could be lying when they come to you and say that, but it's very rare for a person to do that, to like come to you and straight up be like, I have no interest in war. I'd like to just, in fact, right, if I get bowled over, come eat me, right? That type of scenario. It was a pleasure. Like, honestly, it was very nice to be able to be like, okay, I don't have to. I lost out on some land that I wanted around Saffron City, right? But the comfort of knowing that I didn't have to worry about it was worth it, I think. So, thank you very much, Saffron City. It was a pleasure. I'm sorry that OP Rock Snakes got you. Alright, rest of the turn. We also received an Alakazam Regalia and a Ring of the Warrior from Saffron City. Ring of the Warrior, okay, cool. Alakazam Regalia, I'm not sure we can actually build that. We might be able to, but I don't think we can. And we actually might be able to make use of it. Now, granted, we would have to, like, Awaken Mind and Alakazam, but I think we can. I'm not sure. I might have to check this, but it's interesting. So, what else do we got? We built a rock high school. We did some magic site searching. Found nothing. We had a battle in Griffin Rock. Let's watch that real quick. Okay, there's nothing here, just like I thought. Wow, they are wildly inaccurate. Are my... Yeah, I don't... So, not you. The Glaceon's Blizzard still works. But I think, and this is an unfortunate scenario, but I think the Hydro Pumps, right, these range 50s, I think the range 50s are some of the things that are not working the way they are supposed to be working. Maybe, I don't know. They should definitely be hitting if they are working the way they're supposed to. These Vaporeons at 18 attack or 18 precision, right? They should absolutely be hitting something. So I think Hydro Pump is on the list of things that isn't working right now, which is unfortunate because I kind of really wanted Hydro Pump against the Steelixes. Regardless, though, we got Griffin Rock. We lost a Blue Belt, probably to Friendly Fire, Furret, and Eradicate as well. Almost definitely to Friendly Fire. What else do we got? We've got an event in Silverwall. Some Unrest and some minus gold. That's unfortunate. What was it? Locust Swarms? Okay. And then we have an event in Griffin Rock, actually, which is Province Income plus 10. That's awesome. That is an extra 100 gold over 10 turns. That's fantastic. Wonderful. I love Province Income events. Battle Affliction, and we have an event. We have an upcoming Battle Arena, which I think everyone's probably just going to be like, because who the fuck wants to fight a Steelix? You know? And then we've got some promotions all over the place. So, what are we doing? The Warfront continues. So, we have taken Griffin Rock. That's fantastic. Wonderful income. Love it. Need it. Life. Chuck is moving forward. Chuck is going to move into Wellrid. And we've split out our Vaporeons. We've still got our big section of everyone else. We've got a bodyguard line, because I have heard that Olivine is spamming out assassination spells. He's using the Scyther assassination spell to screw up mages. I think Chuck, with his Poliwrath champion and 1d3 Primates, has a pretty good setup there, right? But there's no reason to actually... You know what? I should use these guys instead because they have Bodyguard 3. They have a much better chance of showing up. Take 2 guys as well. So we're going to use Guard Commander. So the whole point there is just to try to get some more bodies into the mix for assassination spells. We're also bringing in this nurse, right? And we're bringing in 2 Battle Girl Pearls. For what, you say? Well, the nurse is legit just to be a healer bot, right? She's there to remove diseases and remove some wounds every turn. The 2 Battle Girl Pearls are going to come in, summon Earth Power, and spam Strength of Giants, basically. And the whole point of this is legit just to amp up our strength bonus, get that as high as we can so that we are hitting as hard as we can so that we have a better chance of killing a Steelix. And once these ladies get in there, we're probably going to roll them up with some... We've got quote-unquote bodyguards, but these really aren't any sort of bodyguards. We're going to pad them out with some actual bodyguards to try to protect them as well. Our Flaffy Ampharos machine is a moving. Actually, army... No, wrong thing. Sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong stuff. So we're at 44. What is that? 8, 16, 24, 32. 6 turn. That's... unfortunate. So we still got a little bit of time, right, before we actually start hitting the first of our Flaffies bowling over into Ampharos territory. But once they do, again, right, this is a long-term plan. I'm just getting antsy, right, because now I'm starting up the war against Viridian City. I was really not worried about. The war against Olivine is legitimately worrisome, right? I'm not sure that this is gonna go super well. So everything's a little timed here. So, all right, what else is going on? We've got the Battle Girl Pearls moving out with Chuck to be a fighting force. We're gonna hit them as hard as we can. We got a bunch of researching going on otherwise. We've got no recruitment here because we are basically broke this turn because we are building a lab with Anfar over in Three Pine Grove. So Three Pine Grove, if you remember, is the schoolgirl province. So we are going to start to... we're going to get a lab here and we're going to start to recruit some schoolgirls. This will take 2 turns per. But once we get them, we're going to start to... shuffle them around the Empire, right? Searching for Astral, trying to get our Astral up. And once our God actually shows up, right, we're going to have a little bit of Astral, and we can start climbing things with our God. Kinda. Sorta. Yeah. So, we'll see how that goes. But that basically means that we have crap money for the turn. We're not really doing anything in Kunal, except we are casting Build Rock High School so that we can start training in Kunal as well, which will be awesome. Cool, very cool. I like it. We have done a little bit of shuffling around in Viridian City. Coma is back to entering the site. Robodan is researching. And Decent Leader 1 has finally... she's now entering the Pokemon High School. So all of these are going to start getting their upgrades, which is cool. As soon as we get the majority of these black belts fixed up, which, damn, I need Powler. I need you to, like, be healing stuff. Because these guys got some legit battle wounds that I need them to, like, be taken care of. But it's still going to take, like, the lowest one down here is at 46. It's still going to take, again, like another 5 or 6 turns before these guys are actually up to max level. So hopefully most of these afflictions will be gone by then. And we're going to be working on all these other things, right? We've got there are some interesting things with the Team Rocket upgrades that we want to keep our eyes out for. Like the Nidoran, or Nidokings and Nidoqueens are actually pretty good. I don't know about some of the other things. So, anyways, we're gonna keep an eye on that. We've got Ekkas moving out to pick up. We're gonna be recruiting some Mareeps over here. We're not recruiting them in Impassable Mountains because we're basically full up right now, and we're waiting to put more Mareeps into Aoila's leadership. And she should be leveling pretty soon, leveling her leadership up. She's at 35, right? Decent leader, what's she at? Decent leader is at 74, so maybe it's not. I don't remember when the tick for leadership is. I think it's 50. Anyways, so we're doing that. We're shuffling around site searchers, right? Talion is site searching. Vicasa's moving back to Viridian City to go over to Mountains of Madness to site search. Dinya's site searching over here. Venus moving to Dathan to site search. Irma's searching in Debrithia. We got site searching going on all over the place, which is good. Very good. What else are we doing? So back to Cyanwood City, right? Not much has changed here. We got Shaikal, a new Machampion. He is an Earth 3. He's not a Priest 3, which is what we wanted. He's an Earth 3. But at least he's a 3-something, unlike Urborn. So, unfortunately, we have that arena. I would love to actually send a Machampion into the arena, and I really considered it with Shaikal, right? Because he is a big guy, right? It's just the problem. You know what though? Like, fuck it. I mean, it's not gonna be fun to lose him. But do I have any magic items? I can put that on him. Sure. Anything else? Not really. I'm not gonna have enough people use all my owl quills now if I send Shaikal. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna send him. Ooh, hold up. Is this a let's check. Worldwide effect. Astral plane and the participants they must leave now to get there. It doesn't say that this is a slave caller one, so we should be able to cast, which may or may not be good. So we should be able to do like a summon earth power. Oh, that's the other thing. We haven't done any of our alteration stuff yet. That's another reason why I don't want to do this, is because I can't really buff. Yeah, okay, we're not gonna do it then. I mean, like, I like the idea of just being gutsy about it, but that's just stupid at that point. So we're just gonna research. Speaking of researching, we are completing Construction 6 this turn, and then we are doing a little dive into Alteration, Evocation, Thaumaturgy, etc. Kind of just like rolling across the board to boost all of them up, because we're gonna be able to do it so quickly. And then, so that means next turn we will start Lightless Lantern production, right? So that's gonna be really good. Because that's gonna take our research and just send it skyrocketing. Skyrocketing? Skyrocketing. Alright, anyways. So we're not really doing much else in Cyanwood City, except we are, again, recruiting another Machampion. We want to get a Priest 3. We only have Chuck and Robidan as decent Divine Blessing leaders, right? We want more than that. I want a third Divine Blesser. So we gotta work that out. Also, like, I'm not super salty about getting Machampions that aren't Divine Blessers, because these guys are gonna be decent thugs when we actually kit them out. It's just taking us a while to... Well, I mean, we're gonna have great construction for it. It's just... I haven't, like, turned on the thug machine instead of the army machine. So, we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's check... Oh, I wanted to show off this. So I've already got everything sorted for our normal stuff, right? This is starting to grow pretty well. But I wanted to show something that is suspect, right? With these Charmanders up here. And this kind of goes back to this whole, like, meteorite guard thing, etc., right? So we've got this Charmander that is experience 29, okay? So, and we come up here and we select these Charmanders. I'm double-clicking this Charmander. It's not selecting these other two. Which means, now I'm gonna select these two, right? Double-click. It selects all of the same unit type when you double-click. These two are the same unit type. This is not the same unit type as these two. And they're exactly the same, right? I think everything is the same. There might be something different in, like, the description text, but I read through and I did not see anything. But these are different units by the game. So I think, so here's the other thing, right? So adding in, where's he at? So this one's at front. So this guy is the same as this new guy, right? So I think that this one, this experience 29 one, when he hits 30 next turn, I think he's if we have another meteorite guard here, we have our answer, right? And I think it's likely to happen, honestly. So I'm very interested in that. We're gonna see how that goes, and we'll go from there. These guys are leveling long. How close is he? We're getting close to our first Charmander, which is pretty cool. I mean, Charmanders are, I mean, just in general, they're cool, right? But getting them on a nation like this, right, is pretty fucking sweet. Like, it's like, oh, well, hello there, new option for my army, right? Because we can, I don't know, they can be very, very hard to deal with if the enemy is not prepared for it. And having like little contingents off on the side, right? Because the good leaders that I have are such good leaders, like if you take like the Lutadoras or Chuck, right? They're such good leaders that they can have so many squads, so you can break your army up into so many chunks without it really hurting you, right? Like I legit, I have I have the ability for 5 chunks. So, like, having a squad of Charizards, a squad of Glaceons, right? A squad in the middle of Prodigies, you know? That's pretty nice to be able to organize your army like that without severe penalties. So I'm looking forward to that. But, again, it's going to take a little while, and we've got this unfortunate situation here where I'm pretty sure that this is going to turn into a Meteorite Guard. Now, in fairness, Meteorite Guard is not bad. It's just not a Charizard, you know? I was going to say Charmander. It's just not a Charizard, you know? Or a Charmeleon. So, we'll see. There's definitely the chance that I start to develop a small contingent of Meteorite Guards that maybe we'll eventually use. Because here's another thing, right? Going into Construction 6 is going to get us water bracelets. And with water bracelets, we can start climbing into water decently. And once I have a couple of water 2s and maybe a couple of water 3s, I might actually start to switch gears and start producing Cyanwood City swimmers. Because there's the water one, right? And then they have a 50% chance of, some of these are decent randoms, right? If we get the water double, right? Then that's an easy water 4 mage, right? If we get the water fire, that's actually an acid mage, and that's pretty cool. The other two are less interesting, but still potentially useful for certain things, you know? So we're just gonna keep an eye on that, right? And we're gonna see how that goes. We might start to develop like a polywag factory as well. Not like a immense one, but one that's intended to get up to some poly wraths, right? Because these guys aren't bad. Like, they have shit protection, sure, but the rest of their stats are solid. Their hit points are quite good, and they hurt. Like, they're pretty damaging. And they're amphibians, you know, they got cold resistance, it's all pretty good. Now, did these guys stand up to a bunch of water elementals? No, they don't. If this is working correctly, then maybe, right? Then maybe. But I think these guys mixed in with water elementals might be decent enough. We'll see. Like, I'm not making threats or challenges to Atlantis's domination of the sea anytime soon, but there is always that option, right? The concept of, okay, eventually I might be able to jump into the water. So, and it's 9,000% it's because I can make water bracelets on the fucking cheap. So, well, I mean, I say that. I can make water bracelets on kind of the cheap. I can't make them on the super cheap because I still haven't gotten a Battle Girl X that is water. So once we get him a champion that fits the bill on our priests, if we ever do, we might start swapping back to Battle Girl X's to try to get some more, or try to get a water random. Well, you would think that we would be successful. We literally have a 33% chance off of just this, not counting the second. So, alright, I have been rambling. This has been the turn, and I'm excited to see where things go. I will see you all next time. Peace.